Wow, what a great meeting. Hi, I'm Mary Clark. I lead groups, monthly groups on lots of different topics, mainly around religious trauma and some meetings that I lead called Attachment Healing for Relationship Anarchists. Um, we just finished one of the meetings of Attachment Healing for Relationship Anarchists. And just to give you a feel for what we talk about, in case you might want to join us, I'm going to give you a quick summary, but I feel so good. I feel kind of emotional about it. It makes me have a loss for words. Um, we talked about so many things. We talked about how we get perfectionistic in our relationships sometimes, where we are unforgiving of ourselves for not knowing when to stay and when to go, and how it's hard to make those decisions. We talked about gaslighting and how anytime there's any hint of gaslighting in our relationships, it can kind of scramble our brains and make it hard to make decisions and hard to get ourselves out of bad situations. And we noticed that all of us have been in situations before that were unhealthy for us, and that somehow we figured out how to get out. And as we live our lives longer and longer, we got better and better at getting ourselves out of those situations more quickly. So one of the things we talked about a lot was how we don't ever have to have a perfect understanding of everything. We don't have to know in advance exactly what's good for us and what's not good for us. As time goes by and as we have more life experience, we can go to trust ourselves more, grow to trust ourselves more and more, to just feel things out in the moment and make decisions when we need to. And our attachment wounds heal as we begin to become more confident that we're going to take care of ourselves, that we don't have to know in advance what situations are perfect for us and what aren't. We don't have to be perfectionistic. We don't have to have it all figured out. We can just get better and better and better at, in the moment, figuring out what works for us and what doesn't, removing ourselves from harmful situations, continuing with situations that feel good. And if you're somebody like me who sometimes can't figure out in the moment that something bothers me, sometimes I know that I'm triggered, but it takes me hours or even days or even weeks to figure out what was triggering me and what doesn't feel right. It can take me a long time to feel safe enough to process something. Um, we talked about getting more and more forgiving of ourselves if we need to bring something up that's old. Nobody likes that. I mean, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of, you did this thing 6 weeks ago and I didn't like it. But if that's the best that our nervous systems can do, then we can at least be kind with ourselves and know that we will take care of ourselves even after the fact and even later on. And our nervous systems calm down the more that they know that we're going to take care of ourselves. My nervous system gets calmer and calmer the more that I know that I have had difficulties in relationships before. I have made plenty of mistakes, and I fix things when I can figure out how to fix things, and I just keep adjusting. I just keep moving on through life, getting closer to the things that feel right for me and farther away from the things that don't feel right for me. So I can't possibly do this meeting that we just had justice, but I'm just giving you a quick overview of some of the things we talked about. These meetings are always very small, super, super casual. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. I ask people to mostly have cameras on if you can, because it allows us to all be kind of in community together. But if you need to take a break and go off camera for any reason, that's totally fine. We've all got different nervous systems. Most of us are neurodivergent in some way. And so we just kind of keep adapting, and we take care of ourselves and we take care of each other. And it's just a really beautiful, really low key, really kind conversation every single time. I've never had one of these meetings go really wrong. They're just kind of beautiful. So anyway, that's what we did today. If you feel like joining us in the future, we'd love to have you. Thanks.